Now I am starting with the lecture. So yesterday we pointed out that inherently mathematics is the language of fluid mechanics, and that for that matter it is language of each and every subject you have studied and you will study. So this is the inherent language that helps us to understand the phenomena around. And the most important thing as far as fluid mechanics is concerned is vector calculus. So I will not go into the entire details of vector calculus, but we will do those concepts which are actually mandatory and should be clear in each and everyone's mind. Then only you will be able to solve Navier-Stokes equations, then conservation of momentum, energy, and all that stuff, Reynolds transport theorem. All of them require some sort of vector calculus. So this will be more of a review exercise where you will brush up your concepts regarding vector calculus, and then we will start with its application part in fluid mechanics. So quickly, I will be a little bit fast here. So what do you mean by ordinary derivative? So I've circled this. What does that mean? What is proportionality factor? What is the link between the two? If f is a function and x is the independent variable, this green curve and this yellow curve represent how there is change in f when I change x. So if df is the change that happens due to a change of dx, then this proportionality factor is called the derivative. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
You already know that df say is proportional to dx. I want to formulate an equation, so I will simply say I will remove this proportionality sign with a proportionality constant, and that proportionality in this case is not a constant but a variable, and that is df by dx. That is called the derivative. So this is the meaning of ordinary derivative, and all of you know that this represents the slope of the graph at that point. So if I take any point, this derivative actually gives me the slope at that point, whichever location I choose. Likewise in this. Now, this was f was a function of x only. What about if f is a function of x, y, and z? Then how will you proceed in this case? Say for instance, this is a location whose coordinates are x, y, and z, and I want you to find out temperature at this location. So how will you find it out? With the help of derivative. Let me know. Say you were standing here and I ask you, how does the temperature vary? So what will be your first question to me? Hanji.
Current temperature, sir.
Current temperature. My question is, if this was, say, you are this person and I came here and I asked you, what is the temperature? What will be your question back to me? Or I say, how does the temperature vary? So what will you ask?
At which point?
In which
Locations.
In which direction?
Yes, sir.
For instance, so there was some kind of a heater here and there was some cooler here. So temperature will increase as I move in this direction, temperature will decrease as I move in this direction. So the common sense question this person will ask me is that in which direction are you asking that how the temperature is varying. So what do you think? Any direction I choose, the temperature variation will be different?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can you have a simpler way to define temperature in any direction? How can you do it? So if you set a coordinate axis,
Temperature gradient.
temperature gradient. So if you set a coordinate axis, then only you need to specify what is the change in these three orthogonal directions. So only three orthogonal directions are sufficient to completely define the variation of temperature. Is that clear? You don't require infinite directions. You only require these three orthogonal directions. For instance, in say I ask in this direction at this point. So this is the position vector of this point. So how can you find it out? Say this was say x1, y1, z1. So what will be your answer? That say temperature here is say T 0. What will be temperature here at point A? How will you do it? How will you find the temperature at location A?
TI plus TJ plus TK.
हाँ जी. How will you find the temperature at location A? You know the temperature at O.
Sir, due to
You will find the
vectors
position vector, sir.
X, Y, Z, I, J, K.
Temperature at A should be equal to what?
So TI.
Temperature at O plus the change in temperature. So how will you find this change in temperature? I give you a hint. Say fx, say f is a function of this. I asked you what is df. What will be your
Partial
answer?
derivative. Partial derivative.
Partial derivative. So what should I write down?
df by dx into dx plus df del f by del y plus dy plus del f by del y.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So likewise, now I am saying, so you want to find out how does the temperature vary in this direction. Say the small displacement vector in this direction is di, and di is say dxi plus dyj plus dzk. Any clear hai?
Yes, sir.
So what will be dt equal to? Curly T by
So del t by del x into dx plus del t by del y into dy
into dy
plus del t by del z by
dz.
into d.
Now, can you write this expression in some other format? यहाँ तक clear है सबको? That
Yes, sir.
if temperature variation in this direction, so this is point, say some point at a differentially small distance, this is some temperature, this change is dt, that is the temperature changes from here to here is dt. So dt becomes equal to curly t by curly x into dx and so on. So can I write down like this? See, I'm quickly writing down. Please try to see curly t by curly x plus curly t by curly z k cap. What else? Dot dxi
dxi
plus
plus dy
j plus
dyj
dzk.
dzk dot yes dot product.
Dot product. So these are equal. This is equal to this.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So this term, the first term, is called the gradient of temperature. Gradient means this thing. I'm specifying here. So this is called the gradient. So this means dt is equal to gradient of t dot di.
Yes, sir.
So when a function is a multivariable function, then you can actually define the change only in terms of three orthogonal directions by this formula, that is gradient of t dot the displacement vector. This is dt. And if you want to find out how does it vary from location A to location B, you simply integrate it and you find the temperature change. Any doubts to anyone? So
No, sir.
ordinary derivative was somehow defined as a function of one variable. And when we define gradient of a function, so please remember, very important, gradient हमेशा एक स्केलर फंक्शन का हो सकता है. Remember that. Gradient can only be of a scalar function or scalar field. You cannot have gradient of a vector field. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? Can you have gradient of velocity? Can you have gradient of velocity?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So please
Vector.
remember, gradient is always applied on a scalar function. And gradient means that del operator operates on whatever scalar field follows. So what does that mean? Say if this is a del operator, this is actually equal to I curly by curly x plus j curly by curly y plus k curly by curly z. This is the del operator. And when this del operator operates on a scalar function, so temperature is a scalar function or not?
Yes, sir. Scalar function.
आप स्केलर और स्केलर फंक्शन में फर्क समझते हैं? What is the difference between scalar and scalar function? हाँ जी.
स्केलर में तो सर डायरेक्शन.
क्या कह रहे हो?
नो सर, डिफरेंस नहीं पता सर फंक्शन और
स्केलर
So
जैसे
scalar
मान
is-
लो लेंथ इज अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी,
यस सर.
मास इज अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी.
यस सर.
So if I say लेंथ तो स्केलर है, क्या ये स्केलर फंक्शन है? स्केलर फंक्शन का मतलब क्या हुआ बेसिकली? That it depends on the location. That it is not a constant, it is a function. So please be careful, scalar function does not mean a vector. कि टेम्परेचर यहां से अगर मैं यहां जाऊं डिफरेंट है, यहां जाऊं डिफरेंट है, क्योंकि मेरे पास हर पॉइंट पे आई कैन डिफाइन द वैल्यू ऑफ टेम्परेचर.
Yes, sir.
देयर इज अ फील्ड. फील्ड समझते हो? फील्ड मीन्स किसी भी पॉइंट पे आप उस वेरिएबल को डिफाइन कर सकते हो. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड फील्ड. एंड फील्ड इज एक्चुअली अ फंक्शन. So scalar function is different from a scalar constant. So that should be clear in your mind. Example मैं बोलूं, say I'm putting it here. आपको यहां से समझ आ जाएगा. Say I'm putting it here now. Say this was any arbitrary body, and this was a body of where the mass was non-uniformly distributed. So if this was, say, x-axis, this was a y-axis. If I say mass at any location is defined by this, say 6x square y plus 20. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Scalar function.
It is a scalar function.
The mass is dependent on x and y.
Mass is depending on
X and y.
X and Y.
x and y. So this is a function now, although it is a scalar now. Please don't confuse, this is not a vector.
Yes, sir.
It is only a scalar, but now a scalar function. Because whenever you take, अगर आप सोच के देखो, अगर del dot या del t लेता मैं या del m लेता, अगर t constant ही होता तो हमेशा ये क्या होता?
Scalar ही होता है.
Zero.
जीरो होता है हमेशा.
Zero.
तो
Yes, sir.
ग्रेडियंट मैं कभी ले ही नहीं पाता किसी का.
Yes, sir.
So please remember, gradient is the del operator operating on a scalar function. So del, if I mark this as t, so this is called a scalar function. This term is called gradient of t. Clear है? Any doubts to anyone?
No, sir.
Now if I ask you, this is gradient of t, and if I ask you, in what direction will the temperature change the maximum? So temperature changes the maximum in which direction? What will be your answer? You were here and you want to find out in which direction should I move so that the temperature changes the maximum.
Y direction, sir.
Find it out. हाँ जी.
In Y direction.
You don't know.
In Y direction.
In y direction, why?
Because the distance is less here, so dou t by dou x will be maximum here.
The derivative is 0. In which direction the derivative becomes 0?
Okay, so derivative becomes equal to 0 because you know from your high school mathematics that if dt was del dot di, so when dt goes to 0, you have reached the maxima or minima point.
Yes, sir.
याद है आपको? So you used to say that if the first derivative is 0, then f is a, then that point is the point at which is a maxima point. For instance, this was the point. So at this derivative is 0, at this derivative is 0. So you simply put derivative equal to 0. You will get the location where there is a maxima or minima. So dt will be maximum. When will be dt maximum? When will be dt maximum? When will be the change in temperature maximum? And dt is equal to gradient of t dot di. When will this term be maximum? Because we want dt to be maximum. हाँ जी, प्रशांत,
Double derivative.
इसका मतलब क्या है? This is dot product. What does that mean? Del t magnitude di magnitude into cosine of the angle between the two.
Yes, sir.
So when will this dt become maximum?
Theta.
When
Theta becomes
theta
90
becomes
degree.
When
Zero.
it does,
90 degree.
it does
90 degree.
theta becomes cos 90 कितना होता है?
0.
0.
You are again confusing. I want dt to be maximum. I am not as of now saying कि dt should be equal to 0.
Theta must be 0.
Theta must be 0.
Theta is 0.
0.
तो dt की वैल्यू मैक्सिमम आएगी, क्योंकि अगर थीटा
Yes.
की कोई और वैल्यू लूंगा मैं, what will happen? इसकी वैल्यू 1 से छोटी होगी
हाँ, definitely.
और
Yes, sir.
दो भी इनको मल्टीप्लाई करके इस वैल्यू से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, that will be smaller than this.
Yes.
So dt will be maximum when the angle between gradient of temperature and displacement vector is
0.
0.
0 degree. So what does that mean? Gradient of temperature or any scalar function gives you or points in the direction of maximum change. And the magnitude of delta t gives you the slope of that maximum change. And clear है?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts to anyone? तो अब मैं बताओ, अगर ये टर्म 0 आ रही है, इसका मतलब क्या होगा? You need to understand the subtle difference. मैंने इस dt को अभी 0 नहीं किया, अभी मैंने इसको 0 किया है. इसका मतलब क्या है?
Change in temperature with respect to XYZ is 0.
So it means you have reached a extremum point.
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि जब ऑर्डिनरी डेरिवेटिव होता है, we put equal to 0, we say this has reached or there is a maxima point. This is when a function is of only single variable. Now temperature is a function of 3 variables. So we have this definition. That is, gradient of this should be 0, and 0 should be a scalar or a vector. I should put an arrow or not?
no needs.
Yes.
I should put a arrow or not?
No.
Not sure.
Hanji. I should put an arrow or not? So I should put an arrow because del dot t or del t, sorry, is this thing. And you have I cap or X cap, Y cap or J cap, Z cap or K cap. So I should have del t is equal to 0 vector. Now this concept will become much clearer if you look at this diagram or this picture. So you were standing in this valley and somebody asks you what is the direction of gradient of height. What will be the direction of gradient of height? What do you mean by gradient of height? Or somebody asks you, in which direction will you move so that you reach the maximum height?
Inclined. The slope.
जैसे आपको मैं बोलूं कि आपने टोटल 10 स्टेप्स ही लेने हैं, लेकिन चैलेंज क्या है, वो 10 स्टेप्स में मान लो यहाँ पे 5-6 लोग हैं और 5-6 लोगों को ये चैलेंज दिया गया कि all of you need to move only 10 steps and the winner will be the person who is at the maximum height. तो winner जो होगा, that should move in which direction?
Max slope.
Clouds upward.
Towards max slope.
Maximum slope. So that means, and that direction of maximum slope is given by
Gradient.
Gradient of x.
Gradient of.
हाँ जी, clear है? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Now try to solve this. I am giving you 1 minute. After 1 minute, I will ask you what is to be done in the question, and then you will start solving. The question is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Quickly go through the question and we will discuss. And the question is clear to you? Saurabh,
यस सर
ये clear है?
यस सर सॉल्व कर रहे हैं
हाँ जी,
हेलो
हाँ जी, सौरभ,
हाँ यस सर
हाँ जी, क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा हुआ है?
क्वेश्चन में ये पूछ रहा है सर टॉप ऑफ द हिल लोकेटेड टॉप ऑफ द हिल मींस जहाँ स्लोप 0 होना चाहिए
ठीक है, तो आप क्वेश्चन समझ आ गया. यू आर ऑन अ हिल स्टेशन
हाँ हाँ यस सर
और आपको पहले ही पता है कि जब आप नॉर्थ मूव करते हैं या ईस्ट मूव करते हैं, दैट इज गिवन एक्स एंड वाई.
हाँ वाई डिस्टेंस इन किलोमीटर हाँ नॉर्थ एंड ईस्ट ऑफ द
I, this is y, this is x. So the question is, you already know the height as a function of x and y.
एक्स एंड वाई
So the question is, you are asked that where is the
Top
top
of
of
the
the hill located?
यस सर
So what will be, how will you find it out? The first part,
सर ग्रेडियंट ऑफ एच
gradient of h
इज इक्वल टू 0
Is equal to 0.
is equal to 0. And clear hai?
Yes, sir.
यस
Any doubts to anyone?
No, sir.
I'm giving you 30 seconds. Quickly, let me know what is the answer. You take gradient of this equal to 0. So how will you do it? You have two variables, x and y. How many equations will you get from this?
Two equations.
Two equations. Because third equation is 0, you don't have any z coordinate.
Yes, sir.
So two equations, two unknowns. You can solve them. That's why this 0 is should be a 0.
Vector.
तो जो I के साथ होगा, मान लो I के साथ कुछ A है, प्लस J के साथ B है, प्लस K के साथ C है. So what the, and this is equal to 0
Zero.
I plus 0 J plus 0 A.
A.
So then A becomes equal to 0, B becomes equal to 0, and C becomes equal to 0. So that's why always remember gradient is always of a scalar field, and that is equal to a null vector if you need to find out the maximum of that function. And clear hai?
Yes, sir.
What you will get the value of x and y. Okay. So when you substitute the value of x and y in this equation, what do you get? The height
Height
of the hill.
Yes.
That gives you the second part. What about third part? How will you solve the third part?
How steep is the
Hanji.
So by putting the values of x and y in the equation.
You will put the
तो
Values of x and y in the h equation.
okay.
उससे तो B वाला पार्ट आ रहा है ना.
Okay, so this you have already done. This you have already done. How steep is the slope at point 1 kilometer north and 1 kilometer east? What will you do? You will calculate.
ग्रेडियंट ऑफ एच में
वन पुट कर देंगे सर.
इसमें आप
X और
1
Y.
put कर देंगे.
X और Y में वन पुट कर देंगे.
हाँ जी, clear है?
Yes, sir.
Get the value, and you can find out the direction as well. Now gradient is clear to everyone. किसी को कोई भी doubt?
Yes.
Any doubts to anyone regarding
Sir,
gradient?
C part repeat कर दो.
C part क्या है? The question is how steep is the slope at a point 1 kilometer north and 1 kilometer east of Shimla. So what does that mean? अब अगर आप h में डायरेक्ट पुट कर दो यहाँ पे, what do you put? X is equal to what should I say? How steep is the slope? So at point 1 kilometer north, so it means y is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1. Are you clear? Hai? So
Yes, sir.
what they are asking is, if you go to this location, whose coordinates are this, ठीक है? वो इस पे स्लोप जो होगी, उसकी वैल्यू क्या होगी और उसकी डायरेक्शन क्या होगी? And what is the direction of the steepest slope at that point? So let's solve this only. So how will you find it out? First of all, what is gradient of t equal to? आपने कैलकुलेट किया अभी तक? What is gradient of h equal to? 10 into 2y
minus 6x
6x
minus 18 I cap.
minus
Minus 18 I cap.
I cap plus
2x minus 16
2x minus 16
plus 28
plus 28 minus 16. From where did it come?
4 1. No, sir, 8.
सर 8 आएगा.
8 आएगा.
Minus
Eight.
8y.
Yes, sir.
Minus 8y plus
Plus 28. J cap.
It will be minus I cap, sir, because in each direction is saying.
minus 8y plus 28
28 J cap.
This is gradient of T. Gradient of H, sorry.
Gradient of H, yes, sir.
Gradient of H. And you want to find out at what? How?
At 1, 1.
At 1, 1. Now, how will you do? First of all, what is the magnitude of gradient of H at 1, 1? You can find out magnitude.
Yes, sir. Putting the value of y1.
If you put
X,
1, what happens? 2 minus 6 minus 18i plus 2 minus 8 plus 28j. So what do you get? कितना आ रहा है अब? What is the answer?
26.
What should I write down here?
Minus 22
Minus
cap.
22
minus 22 I cap
Plus 22.
Plus 22
22 I cap.
to
J
J
cap.
cap.
plus 22 j cap. This is what? Gradient of H.
Gradient of H.
So how will you find out now?
sir, here I cap will be negative, no, sir, in del H.
This
In,
is negative.
gradient of H, because in each direction,
This is in?
sir. So it
Okay.
will minus I cap, sir.
Minus I cap. I didn't get you.
No, sir,
But in each direction is in the x direction.
X in the each direction, sir.
X the distance east of Simla.
North. North is y, east is x.
Yes, sir.
पॉजिटिव भी होगा ना, नेगेटिव नहीं.
नेगेटिव क्यों होगा मैं समझा नहीं. 1 kilometer north and 1 kilometer east. So you are going north and east. It is 1 kilometer north and 1 kilometer east from Shimla. हाँ जी बताइए नेगेटिव क्यों है. हेलो.
पॉजिटिव भी होगा सर.
हाँ जी क्लियर है.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So how steep is the slope at point this? So how will you find out? Steep magnitude of
Yes, sir.
gradient of H. So what is magnitude?
Under root.
Square root of
X and Y components?
Yes,
sum
sir.
of squares of under root कर देंगे.
This is what you get.
Sir, एक 10 भी है ना बाहर से.
Okay. So 10 is also there. So it will be, I should say 20 under root.
Yes, sir.
That is what you get as the magnitude of the
Yes, sir. Magnitude of steep.
direction you can get. How can you get the direction?
So tan theta is equal to 22 upon minus 22.
So it comes out to be, I think, minus 45.
Yes.
Yes,
That
sir.
gives you
Minus
the-
40. Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now I'm moving to the other part. Any doubts in gradient? So now I'm moving to the other two. तो ordinary vector के अंदर अगर कोई vector A है, you multiply this vector A with a constant, say small a. और क्या कर सकते हो आप? You multiply this vector via dot product. और थर्ड क्या हो सकता है? You multiply this vector with
Cross
another vector via
cross product.
cross product. So this is for ordinary vector. What about del operator? So please remember, del is a differential vector operator. तो इन तीनों से आप हमेशा याद रखेंगे, यहां पे क्या हो रहा है, एक स्केलर, इसको स्केलर पे ये लग रहा है या मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है, तो इसमें भी क्या होगा, दिस इज अ डेल ऑपरेटर, दिस विल एक्ट, यहां पे मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है, यहां पे एक्ट होगा बिकॉज इट इज एन ऑपरेटर. सो डेल ऑपरेटर इज एक्टिंग ऑन अ स्केलर फंक्शन. So this is just analogous to this. And this is called gradient. When the del operator operates via dot product on another vector, it is called
Scale.
divergent.
Divergent. Yes, sir.
And when the del operator operates on another vector via cross product, it is called
Curl.
हाँ जी, क्लियर है? अब तो भूलेगा नहीं ये.
No, sir.
It is acting on a scalar function, जैसे यहाँ पे एक्ट कर रहा था, डायरेक्ट मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा था, यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा था एक और वेक्टर से थ्रू डॉट प्रोडक्ट, यहाँ भी एक वेक्टर को मल्टीप्लाई कर रहा है, एक्ट कर रहा है थ्रू डॉट प्रोडक्ट, दैट इज कॉल्ड डाइवर्जेंस. अगर क्रॉस है, इट इज कॉल्ड कर्ल. So any doubts? So gradient, divergence, curl, you can always remember in this fashion. And please remember, gradient can only be of a
Scalar function.
scalar function. So gradient can only be of scalar function. Divergence and curl can be only of vector function. And you clear है?
Yes.
So this should be clear to you. Whenever you take divergence and curl, you will be taking divergence and curl of a vector function, not of a scalar function. And whenever you are taking gradient, gradient is always of a scalar function. Clear? तो आपको हमेशा ये पता है, डेल पता है हमेशा. डेल हमेशा आपने ऐसे याद रखना है, करली बाय करली एक्स प्लस जे करली बाय करली वाई प्लस के करली बाय करली जेड. और फिर सिंपली जैसे आप डॉट प्रोडक्ट लगाते हैं, so this was velocity ui plus vj plus wk. So simply you will take the dot product and you get curly u by curly x plus curly v by curly y plus curly w by curly z. So this is divergence of velocity v, which is a vector field. And you clear है? Now let me know, divergence is a scalar quantity or a vector quantity?
Scalar.
Scalar.
Scalar quantity.
स्केलर. डॉट प्रोडक्ट में क्या आता है? एक
Scalar.
स्केलर. क्रॉस में क्या आता है?
Vector.
So likewise, divergence of a vector field is a scalar quantity. Curl of a vector field is a
Vector quantity.
vector quantity. Gradient of a scalar field is a
Scalar quantity.
vector quantity. Gradient of a scalar field, gradient of t क्या आएगा? I curly by curly x plus j curly by curly y plus k curly by curly z. किस पे एक्ट कर रहा है? t पे. t doesn't have any I, j, k components.
Yes, sir.
You get curly t by curly x I cap plus curly t by curly y j cap plus curly t by curly z k cap. So please remember, gradient of a scalar field is a vector quantity. Divergence of a vector field is a scalar quantity. कर्ल ऑफ अ वेक्टर फील्ड इज अ वेक्टर क्वांटिटी। हाँ जी, क्लियर है? किसी को कोई भी डाउट? Now looking at these three fields, so these are vector fields. Let me know what do you think should be the divergence of these three? मैंने इक्वेशन कोई नहीं दी, इक्वेशन दे देता तो आप डायरेक्टली पुट करके फाइंड आउट कर लेते कि क्या वैल्यू है। But I want you to understand the geometrical meaning of divergence. Looking at the values of function, तो डायरेक्शन बता रही है और उसका जो साइज है उसका मैग्नीट्यूड बता रहा है,
मैग्नीट्यूड वेक्टर
वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड बता रहा है। तो मुझे बताइए तीनों केस में, पहली बात, डाइवर्जेंस किस केस में जीरो आपको लग रही है?
ए में।
डाइवर्जेंस, डाइवर्जेंस वर्ड को सोच के देखो, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डाइवर्जेंस? डाइवर्जिंग फ्रॉम अ पॉइंट और डाइवर्जिंग और कन्वर्जिंग टू अ पॉइंट।
बी और सी में 0।
बी और सी में।
सोच के देखो एक बार। आई एम गिविंग यू 30 seconds, थिंक अबाउट इट। I will give you another hint. This is a point of positive divergence. And this is a point of negative divergence. आप इनमें देखिए, आप वेलोसिटी फील्ड्स को कैसे शो कर रहे होगे और इसमें कैसे कर रहे होगे। तो इसमें क्या लगता है आपको,
डाइवर्ज हो रहा है।
यस कहाँ पे होगी?
ओरिजिन के पास।
तो यहां से पानी निकल रहा है,
यस सर।
और उसके दूर जाते जाते क्या हो जाएगा? कम,
इसका मैग्नीट्यूड कम हो जाए सर।
कम हो रहा है। और इसके इसमें क्या हो रहा है?
ज्यादा हो रहा है।
यहाँ पे बढ़ रहा है, यहाँ पे कम था,
सेंटर में जाके बढ़ रहा है।
बढ़ रहा है। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? नाउ ट्राई टू सी व्हाट शुड बी द डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ दीज थ्री। किसका पॉजिटिव डाइवर्जेंस लग रहा है आपको?
ए का सर।
ए का
सर, ए का।
तो दिस इज अ पॉजिटिव डाइवर्जेंस।
यस सर।
जीरो डाइवर्जेंस किस में लग रहा है आपको?
जी।
B. B is the correct answer because the
मैग्नीट्यूड इज नॉट चेंजिंग।
magnitude is constant. So
Yes, sir.
nothing is diverging or converging. So here divergence is 0. What about this?
Divergence increases.
Positive
Positive, but
Yes, sir.
less than A.
ए।
Are you clear?
Sir,
Any doubts to anyone?
सर लेस देन क्यों होगा सर?
कौन से वाला?
सर लेस देन क्यों होगा ए से? क्योंकि वो
Less than
सिर्फ
इसलिए होगा आप
एक ही डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है।
नहीं, एक डायरेक्शन का नहीं, या तो आप इसको हम कैलकुलेट करके देख लेंगे कि मैग्नीट्यूड कितना चेंज हो रहा है।
ओके सर।
ठीक है, तो मैग्नीट्यूड अगर बहुत जल्दी से चेंज हो रहा है, जैसे अगर मान लीजिए ऐसे होता, एक ये है मान लीजिए और एक ये है, तो किसकी डाइवर्जेंस ज्यादा लगती है आपको? 1 की 2
पहले वाली,
फर्स्ट की?
किस है?
पहले की।
ठीक है, तो जितना ज्यादा चेंज आ रहा है, वी विल लुक एट इट whichever is the larger one. So I have the equations here. Quickly let me know what is the divergence in the three cases by this formula. Quickly. I'm giving you 1 minute. Sayyed, you will give answer for A part. Siddharth, you will give answer for B part. And Pulkit, you will get answer for the C part. And rest of you, you also solve all the 3 parts.
सर फॉर फर्स्ट वन।
हाँ जी सैयद बताइए। So what
First
will
one,
So for first,
VA.
root 3 into
Root 3 into
so वो second part का
हाँ जी
so वो second part वाला कैसे निकालते हैं?
इसका कैसे निकालेंगे?
concept
सिंपल
0
देख
होगा
लीजिए
सर.
I curly by
Zero.
curly x प्लस J curly by curly y प्लस K curly by curly z. अब इसको डॉट कर रहे हैं आप, तो इस केस में क्या आएगा?
1.
Z कैप का मतलब क्या बेसिकली?
वेक्टर है सर z।
Z कैप का मतलब क्या हुआ?
सिर्फ Z डायरेक्शन.
बेसिकली ये इस तरह से हुआ, K कैप है,
K cap. K cap.
K
Yes, sir.
कैप है. इसको भी आप Z इंटू K कैप ले सकते हो, और इसको ले सकते हो X इंटू I कैप प्लस Y इंटू J कैप प्लस Z इंटू K कैप. अगर आपको, so please remember this Y cap is just J cap, Z cap is just K cap and X cap is just I cap. ये सिर्फ नोटेशन है. कोई लोग I J K लिखते हैं, कोई X cap, Y cap और Z cap लिखते हैं. तो जब आप इसका डॉट प्रोडक्ट लोगे तो क्या होगा?
0 आएगा ना सर?
0 आएगा क्योंकि इसका कांस्टेंट 1 है ये.
Yes, sir.
जब आप 1 का डेरिवेटिव लोगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू z, व्हाट विल यू गेट? 0. इंक्रीमेंट ऑलरेडी 0 है ही है, सो यू गेट डाइवर्जेंस ऑफ VB is equal to 0. And you saw that from geometrical interpretation as well, because the magnitude of the arrow is not changing. हाँ जी, clear है?
Yes. Yes, sir.
B part किसी को डाउट? What about A part?
So 3 आएगा.
root 3 सर.
3 आएगा, 3 आएगा।
3 आएगा. 3 आएगा.
Because I dot I becomes unity.
Yes, sir.
And curly x by
Yes,
curly
sir.
x is 1. Likewise, curly y by 1, curly z by z 1. What about this?
So 1.
1
1 आएगा।
So you get the maximum positive divergence for A case, a little less divergence in C case, and 0 divergence in B case. हाँ जी, clear है?
Yes, sir.
किसी को कोई भी डाउट? Now I'm moving to curl. Curl, we already defined that del operator acts on a vector field via cross product. And this is equal to the determinant of I, J, K, curly by curly X, curly by curly Y, curly by curly Z, and the components of V, that is say U, V, W. You can say anything. So determinant of this gives you the magnitude of this curl. Now I am asking you a question, like I asked you in the case of divergence. What do you think? Which one should have a positive divergence? Which one should have a negative divergence? Say first we take these three only. What do you think? Which one of them can have a positive, negative, 0 curl? What do you mean by curl? That the fluid is curling
Rotation.
around.
Yes, sir.
So do you think in all the three cases the fluid is curling or not?
Not curling.
Not curling.
Not
Not
curling.
curling. So please remember, and you can find out through this also. Try to do this exercise quickly. Taking this as VA, which had positive divergence. What is the curl of VA? What is the curl of VA? How will you find it out?
Cross product, sir.
कर्ल ऑफ VA तो
Determinant.
क्या आ रहा है वैल्यू?
सर जीरो आ रहा है सर.
जीरो आ रहा है.
यस सर.
So if something is diverging, it cannot curl at the same time.
यस सर.
So that should be clear in your mind. And if
Okay.
something is converging, it doesn't mean that it is curling at the same time. Now try to find out in these two cases.
फर्स्ट वन में कर्ल हो रहा है.
Find out curl of VA and curl of VB.
Sir,
What do you
2K.
get?
2K for first one.
Chirag,
Sir, 2K for first one.
2K. So you have a positive curl.
minus 2k.
Minus 2K.
No, sir, positive.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive. Okay. What about VB? VB.
So only K. Only K. So only K.
Only K. So both have positive curl.
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
Yes, sir.
So that is how you find out the curl of a vector field. And you yourself saw that curl is coming out to be a vector quantity because you got K cap in both the cases. So any doubts now regarding gradient? Gradient is always of a scalar field and this is a vector quantity as such. Divergence is always of a vector field and this is a scalar quantity always. And curl is of a vector field and this quantity itself is always a vector. So these three things.
सर आपने
हाँ जी.
सर आपने कहा था कि अगर डाइवर्जेंस होगा तो
हाँ.
कर्ल नहीं होगा ऊपर वाले एग्जांपल्स में, लेकिन अगर सिंक में वाटर जब जाता है तो वो सर्कुलर मोशन होते हुए अंदर की तरफ जाता है, तो नेगेटिव डाइवर्जेंस और कर्ल नहीं हो रहा उसमें.
नेगेटिव डाइवर्जेंस अगर आप आज से आप इसको वो करके देखिए इसका. सो इट इज मिक्स ऑफ टू. So this is sink. I'm showing you the sink here. This is a sink. तो आप यहाँ पे कभी आपने देखा होगा जो अगर यहाँ पे एक पार्टिकल रख दो आप, तो जब ये ऐसे मूव कर रहा होता है, क्या ये रोटेट कर रहा होता है अपने आस अपने अबाउट एक्सिस के?
जरूरी नहीं है सर.
नहीं करता.
जरूरी नहीं है सर.
So if you see carefully, this portion जो बाहर है आपको दिख रहा, this is a portion that is irrotational. Irrotational का मतलब क्या है? स्ट्रीमलाइन सर्कुलर हो सकती हैं, लेकिन जो खुद पार्टिकल है, मान लो पार्टिकल को मैं ऐसे लिख दूं ABCD, ये पार्टिकल अपनी एक्सिस के अबाउट रोटेट नहीं कर रहा होगा. आप कभी देखना आप. So this is irrotational region of flow. और सडनली यहां पे जब आता है, आपने देखा होगा वो घूमने लग जाता है.
हाँ जी.
So at this point, curl of the vector field is non-zero. At all other points, it is zero.
That means curl is showing that particle is not rotating about its axis.
Yes. So आपको अगर याद हो, हम इसको vorticity भी डिफाइन करते थे.
हाँ जी.
So curl is actually dictating if curl is zero, then it means it is irrotational flow.
Right, sir.
If it is non-zero, it means it is rotational. Any clear है?
Yes, sir.
So with this background, you have learned all the alphabets of this language which is required for fluid mechanics.